my remarks, and just like the DS has said, you will note some bit of repetition. I don't know whether we only have one speech right in the entire Senate, but nevertheless, I have to do this. Very short remarks, just like my height. My remarks are equally short. Honorable Senators, the midterm assessment and planning retreat for the fourth session of the 13th Parliament is not just another gathering. It is an important moment in our legislative journey as senators. Indeed, it is an opportunity to reflect, strategize, and chart the path forward. Today, we stand at the halfway mark of our term, a point where history tells us that legislators either accelerate the impact or fall into inertia. The question before us is therefore crystal clear. What will the Senate be remembered for? Will we be remembered as a Senate that strengthened devolution, upheld accountability, and championed the interests of counties? Or will we be remembered as a Senate that let opportunities slip away? Our role, as enshrined in Article 96 of the Constitution, is clear. We are here to represent, protect, and defend the interests of counties and their governments. But beyond the constitutional text, our role is a calling, a duty to uphold the promise of devolution and to ensure that the dream of self-governance of our counties is not just a legal provision, but a lived reality for all Kenyans. For the past 3 sessions, we have passed critical legislation to guide county financing and intergovernmental relations. We have exercised oversight through plenary and committees. We have facilitated devolution by engaging county governments, the Council of Governors, and key stakeholders in the devolution space. But as we reflect on these successes, we must also acknowledge the gaps, shortfalls, challenges, and unfinished business. This fourth session presents us with a chance to solidify our legacy. The work we do now will determine how effectively the Senate will discharge its mandate, not just in this Parliament, but for years to come. Honorable Senators, devolution must be practical. It is about the roads we build, the hospitals we equip, the schools we improve, and the lives we change. That is why in this retreat, we must focus on legislation that directly impacts counties, especially financing and revenue sharing. The upcoming debate on the fourth basis for revenue allocation should not just be another routine discussion. It should be a defining moment in how resources are distributed fairly and equitably across the counties. Strengthening Senate oversight by ensuring that devolution funds are used effectively and that corruption and misgovernance do not thrive in our county corridors. Enhancing intergovernmental relations, because the strength of our democracy is primarily determined by how effective our institutions work independently but in harmony. Dear colleagues, our work has not been without obstacles. We have seen instances where critical legislation affecting counties lags in implementation. We have also seen the budget allocation for the Senate remaining a contentious issue, adversely impacting on committees' work. We've also seen county governments continue to struggle with absorption of funds, late disbursements leading to disruption of essential services. The public perception of the Senate also needs strengthening. We must communicate our constitutional mandate and impact more effectively. As part of our renewed commitment and dedication to make the fourth session more impactful and rewarding, we must agree to slay the dragon of absenteeism, which, as witnessed in the past sessions, so often denied the House the requisite quorum to conduct its business. The same monster must be detrimental to key sessions, such as question time, statement time, in effect, denying Kenyans the opportunity to get answers to pressing governance issues. We must agree to put an end to this habit going forward. As we sit and engage over the next 2 days, let us remember this. They're not just debating policy. We are involved in the business of shaping Kenya's future. We must leave this treaty with clear resolutions. We must ensure that our deliberations translate into tangible action. We are duty-bound to sharpen our focus and undertake our responsibilities with renewed energy and commitment. The Senate is often referred as the upper house, but let us not allow ourselves to be seen as a ceremonial institution. We must continue to prove that we are a house of action, a results-oriented house, a house that is befitting of the high public regard and respect it commands and is responsive. Honorable Senators, let us make no mistake about what this retreat is and isn't. This retreat is not just about reflection. It is about reaffirming a commitment to the successful implementation of devolution and improved governance in our county governments. It is not just about discussion. It is about determining and prioritizing the laws and policies that will fundamentally shape Kenya for years to come. It is not just about the Senate of today. It is about our collective resolve to shape the legacy we will leave for prosperity. As Speaker of the Senate, I pledge my commitment to fostering unity, efficiency, and progress in our work. And on behalf of the Presidium, I pledge nothing short of impartiality and fairness in discharge of our duties as the Presidium. The Senate's success is Kenya's success. The strength of devolution is the strength of our democracy. Let us seize this opportunity to be on the right side of developmental history. In view of the weighty responsibilities in our hands, I call all of us to fully dedicate these 2 days to this retreat and participate in on the sessions till to the very end in order to maximize the envisaged gains and justify investments in this activity. We would wish to see full house for all the sessions. And I know that a request had been made that because of your other busy schedules, you'd wish to leave tomorrow, which is quite in order. But that will depend on whether we fully handle the business before us. If you're able to discharge and handle the business before us, even at the end of today, I may release you. So it's up to you to make sure that what has brought us here is handled effectively before we go back to our respective stations. With these few remarks, I declare this retreat officially open. And I wish all of us fruitful deliberations. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Better applause for the Speaker, please. I now wish to invite